Us. Good to see you. Thanks for coming along, Mitch. Good to see you again.
You too, Shihan.
We've been booted out of our normal little dojo, so today we're back at the games room, which echoes a little bit. So remind me to speak slowly and enunciate clearly, and we might get through the thing. Welcome back. Look, today we're going to continue with the Kihon series. Today we're working 3 kicks: Mae-Geri, Uchi, Soto. Now I have to say from the beginning that I no longer practice the Uchi Mawashi and the Soto Mawashi simply because I feel it puts a lot of pressure on my knee. I do practice it on sand, and I love training on sand because there is no bite. The problem is when your foot is on a surface like a jigsaw mat or even wood. I actually used to think it was largely a result of jigsaw mats, that softness. But then recently I was talking to one high instructor, Shihan Toka, and he said his friends in Shotokan actually have knee problems as well, and they train purely on wood. So whether it's the same cause or whether the wood causes a different problem with the knee, namely the impact. For me, the impact on wood is a problem, but the circular rotation isn't. Whereas in jigsaw mats, there's no problem with the impact, but the circular rotation, because of the nature of the jigsaw mat, the foot bites in, which means your knee has a bit of a problem there. So I think that's the main problem. Whereas when I am on the sand, I don't mind doing the Uchi Mawashi and Soto Mawashi. Even on the grass, actually, when we do the countdown, always finish those kicks with the Uchi Mawashi. It's really nice. Okay, so continuing on, we did Mae-Geri, Hizageri, Kingeri last week. This week we're continuing on. So the next kick in the series is Mae-Geri. Okay? We practice the Mae-Geri from this position. We put our thumbs, some people say don't put your thumbs in the belt, but it's not like I'm doing that. Okay, so also I said put your thumbs in your belt and create a fist. And that will teach you to relax your shoulders. Okay, once again, we try to practice with our feet fairly close together, because if I have my feet apart, when I throw the kick, I need to move to one side to throw the kick. Okay, but if my feet are together like this, then I can throw the kick without changing my axis. The other thing too is I like to turn the feet out. I'll tell you why. The front pocket, back pocket idea is very valuable. When you throw a front kick, you want to throw it out the front pocket. So it means I need to turn my hip in. Now, if my leg is straight and I turn, I torque the knee in a way that I don't think is healthy for it. And also the hip joint. This is why I think a lot of karate guys have problems with their knees and their hips. Whereas if I open my foot a little wider than maybe with Sumidachi, now when I throw the kick, it comes out the front pocket. It means the back leg is already set up. I need to rotate. So if I'm doing kumite, watch this leg. When I throw the kick, that foot will naturally turn, you see. So when I practice Kihon, I want to have my foot already turned so I don't torque the knee and hurt the hip. I turn like that. Kick. Remember the ball of the foot, chusoku? One thing we like to do is kick the chusoku into the mat or the floor before you do the technique, and that gives you a little bit of proprioception, reminds you which part of the foot you're hitting with. Remember, also I said the simple way to do correct technique, know what you're hitting with. In this case, chusoku, where you're hitting to, you target or switch. You can target the front kick. Shihan Mike Kenworthy. If you're watching, Shihan Mike Kenworthy in the 1987 Nationals in the semi-final nailed me with 2 beautiful front kicks right in the face like that. Solar plexus, tummy. I like also to aim for the belt knot and down in the bladder, particularly if you're working at night time, doors and things. Most people have had a belly full of boobs. You kick them right on the bladder and it gets a little bit of a nerve shock there as well. Okay, so it depends on your targeting, but of course it's front foot, because kumite, generally it's straight, and when I throw the kick, it rotates like that. Now, for the front, you just stay there first. So, we have our feet out. Remember that the knee is like the sight on a gun. So, wherever the knee points, that's where the kick will go. So, if I wanted to go low, I place my knee low. But if I wanted to go high, I point high. Okay, so from that position, it's knee, sun, sheep. So I snap from the side, which can keep doing it straight on from the side. From when I kick, I want to tuck and snap like that. Itch, knee, sun, sheep, go. Look, now Mitch does it with his hands there, which is the way we do it in Kihon. Sometimes we also do it gum in cover. So there, Mitch stays there. I'm here, gum in cover. Mitch, knee, sun, cheek, go. Okay, that's the Mae-Geri. Now, different ways to use the Mae-Geri. When I trained in Japan, I got my black belt in Goju under a teacher named Arai Sensei. Arai Sensei was a student of Yamaguchi Gogen. And Arai Sensei used to have this sharp, and he snapped the kick by doing a double hip motion. Boom, boom. So he twist back, and it fling out like a slingshot. So he's only using like a elastic edge. That's what he's using. Yeah. He's working on getting up this reflex, this elastic tendon through the body. Boom, boom. See like that. And he just used to do this. And it'll come out really sharp. The other thing to remember is, because your hips are that wide, it's very easy for the kick to come at that trajectory. But you want to work on the idea of threading the needle, so making sure that instead of it coming in under the ribs, it's directly directly in line with the midline, straight there, like that. Different types of kicks. The snap kick, of course, with the impulse, the time on target, you get that sharpness. Another good target for the front kick too is the knee and the shin in a street fight, a pair of shoes on. Okay, but you also have like a pushing kick when you want to push it away like that off the back leg, also off the front leg. You get like a Muay Thai tip, push kick, works really well. They do the spin back kick, boom, you push them right on the butt, push, like that. It's just a timing thing. Yeah, that's all you do. I was a bit late there when you get the time, and you can really upset them. Okay. Another good way to use a front kick is when they throw the roundhouse kick. You push that front kick into the bottom leg like that. I'm trying to avoid it because it actually, it's not so good. There, like that, and it upsets the kick. It's the same as when they throw the roundhouse kick like that. Okay, you've got, Mitch can show you, you've got what I call a shutter front kick, which is actually a front kick off the front leg without stepping up. Yeah, see that? So you actually use the flexibility and you use the momentum off the knee, push like that. See that? So you actually there and you shutter it in, and when you snap it, you get a nice little snap kick like that. It's a super effective kick, and it's kind of surprising because everyone thinks the kick's going to come off the back kick or that it's going to step up. Step up and then up in the front. Boom, like that. But this one catches them, surprises them, boom, and you use that little shutter step like that. So that's different ways to use the front kick. Let's have a quick look. Hello, Sensei Mike, Francis, Frederick, Sweden, beautiful Marco. Kia ora, my man. Thank you for coming along. Al, congratulations on that new granddaughter. I think it's a granddaughter or grandson. Just as long as they don't look like you, everything's good. Do you think the increased muscularity and strength of people over the last 20 years may have contributed to the increase in knee joint injuries? Equals increased torque. It could have a contributing factor, but I don't think so. If I could be wrong.
I don't know either, but I do think that could play a role. Yes, definitely.
When I say I don't think so, I don't think there's been a particular increase in the size. I think always there's a very high correlation between body weight and lower limb injury. That's my experience. I know all the runners that I used to run with, they're all 30 kilograms lighter than me.
And I also think there's been a de-emphasis in flexibility training overall. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, you'd stretch, no one would care, but now people have so many opinions about stretching and when you should do it and shouldn't do it. And generally I see a tightening happening over time, but people are still getting stronger, more athletic and so on. So I think that correlation may contribute as well.
Yeah, just in that respect, that's a fair call too. I think more than, not so much the increase in muscularity, but the decrease in proper balance training.
Yeah, that's the best way
is pretty significant. You know, flexibility is the number one injury preventer in my book, and I've known guys in the past who have incredible muscularity who are incredibly flexible. So there's absolutely no reason why you can't be flexible as well as buff. You know, of course. Anyway, let's look at the next one is the Soto Mawashi. So the Soto Mawashi, I don't use it. Once again, I don't do it because of the knee injury problem. But the Soto Mawashi, once again, you turn your feet right out. So now you turn the circle. I don't want to have one circle over here and one circle over here. I want to make sure that both of the kicks follow the same circle. If you could draw a circle with the feet, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So you make sure that the circle turns the same circle. Can you demonstrate for me this? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so Soto Mawashi means outside circular kick. 1, 2, there like that. You see guys using it in tournaments more frequently. They're coming in, bang, 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 that sort of thing like that, coming over the top. The other way to use it, that I used to use it, is when you're fighting, knock the head down with it and follow in with a punch. There like that. That's a very effective way to use it as well. I think it's a great exercise. Mitch made a very, very interesting point about the flow and order of the kicks. We'll work on the Uchi Soto Mawashi as well, Uchi Mawashi. So the Uchi Mawashi now, same thing, except now it rolls. You see that? Roll the hip. Roll, kick around. Roll, kick around. Okay, ready? This one we used to have our feet apart because it's much safer on the knees. You get that movement. Each knee, some, shape, go. You can see our flexibility here. Go, pitch, touch, coup, jiu. Okay, we used to do it when we do the Mae-Geri. Move you across, and you do the last Mae-Geri. If you're doing 3, 1, 2, and then on the last one, turn it downwards. This is actually a really good kick to use for tournaments as well. Coming in and then bring it across there. Just like you throw a front kick. Maybe I can get it, maybe I can't. You throw a front kick, Mae-Geri, and you bring it back. And like that. All it takes is a heel right on the carotid sinus, and it'll be quite effective. There like that, bang, bang. Same sort of thing, you knock it away. Also, Ushiro Uchi Mawashi. Can you do one of those? Boom, that's like that. Very effective, very easy to do. Probably the easiest spin back kick to do. Yep, so just turn, bang. See like that? And it's very effective as a targeting tool. So they're the next 3 kicks in the flow. The point that Mitch made, which I found very, very interesting, was, and I made the comment to Mitch, that when we did the 10,000 kicks many years ago as a fundraiser, the next day we did 10,000 kicks. We did a range of the kicks. We did Hisageri, Kingeri, Mae-Geri, Mawashi-Geri, Yoko-Geri. And the next day, it was our hip flexors, which above all were fatigued and, sore, yeah. So, but Mitch made a really valuable point about, once again, the beauty of the structure of the way the basics flow.
Yeah, and it's that as we all know, the kicking Kihon starts with a Mae-Geri, then it usually goes Hisageri. So it's a long, slower lever to start with. Then it's a short lever, Hisageri, then a snappy lever, Kingeri, then a more projected out lever, Mae-Geri. And then you've got those long levers again, Soto, Mawashi-Geri, Uchi, Mawashi-Geri. And the Kyokushin people being able to do those kicks regularly with that high energy that Kyokushin has, the Kihon and all that sort of thing, it just develops a hip flexor explosiveness, strength and endurance unbelievably. And I really do believe that sequence of Kihon goes a long way in giving Kyokushin karateka the kicks that they're generally known for around the world.
Yeah, it's very true, especially when you lead off with the Mae-Geri, that long lever movement.
Yeah.
And then the Hisageri shortens it.
Yeah.
It's a snap, sudden snap. And then the Kingeri, Mae-Geri, Uchi, Soto, it's a fantastic flow.
It's just technique. A great flow, yeah. It's quite, and then you go to the Yokos, which we'll do in future weeks, and you share it, and then you go to the Mawashi-Geri, and all of a sudden hip flexors have a little bit of a rest, and they're ready to go again.
Yes.
It's actually beautiful. And when you look at the physics of lever length, because the longer the lever, the slower something will be, but the greater force required to move it. The shorter the lever, the quicker something will happen, but the less force required to move it. So you're kind of training different strength and speed qualities within the Kihon as well, which is beautiful.
And when I mentioned before about the front pocket, back pocket, some kicks come out the back pocket, some kicks come out the front pocket. If you master that one rule, the nature of your kicking will change tremendously. But when they come out the back pocket, it's the glutes that are elevating. When they come out the front pocket, it's the hip flexors. So as Mitch was saying, when you change from the front kicks to the side kicks, now you're kicking out the back pocket. Now it's your glutes get the workout, the hip flexors get a bit of a rest, and then after that rest, you finish off with a series of Mawashi-Geri. Yeah, it's a great flow. So there you have it. The next three kicks in the flow are simply Mae-Geri, Mae-Geri, it's Ni, San, Shi, Uchi Mawashi, it's, sorry, Uchi Mawashi. Yeah, let's go Uchi. Starting right leg, it's, Ni, San, Shi, and Soto Mawashi, it's, Ni, San, Shi. They're the next three. Once again, Mae-Geri, you work on that snap, and it comes off very nicely like the ball on the end of a ball and chain. Most guys make the mistake of being too technical, and they try to lift it up and do this sort of thing. And you're actually fighting nature. Just let the leg swing. Let the leg like you're kicking a ball. Like that. It's a very effective way to get the front kick. It's like the right cross. If I throw a left jab, it's a snap. I throw the snap technique. But a right cross is not a snap. It carries through. Well, the front kick, if you get that little shutter kick off the front leg like that, I used to do a little sneaky front kick with the tips of the toes rather than the ball of the foot. Not doing that anymore. But off the front kick, it's a nice snap. Off the front leg, off the back. I'm sorry. You drive it through with that hip, opening the hip like that. Okay? Uchi Mawashi, Soto, boom, bang, bang, Soto there like that, Uchi Mawashi. You can do the same thing, knock the hand down, come over. Also, you've got Shiro, Uchi Mawashi, like that, boom. It's a very easy technique to do. So there's a whole series of possibilities out of those three kicks alone.
Well, Shihan, just sort of a question in the front kick. Is there a difference between front kicks when you're wearing a gi versus, say, you're in a cage or a kickboxing fight and not wearing a gi, just being open?
I haven't really thought about that much, but I'd say there's generally differences because of the way you can hide certain things behind a gi. But with a no-gi front kick, it's particularly effective to the face. And in terms of technique, I don't think it changes that much. What does change in the cage is the range of possibilities. So you can throw a front kick in Kyokushin and you're not going to get your leg caught or anything like that. So you have to know how to throw the kick. If they're allowed to grab, you've got to be able to extract the kick as well, which is usually done opposite. One day we'll do on that. You actually extract the kick opposite to what seems to be intuitive. Normal. Okay. Us, Aaron, Shihan, and Professor Mitch. There you go.
Cheeky.
Yep, you get in there and get that jacket and you leave the humour to us. Okay. Okay, thanks guys. Just there, the next 3 kicks. If you've got any comments, please leave them. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please, it's a simple thing. Just hit the subscribe bell and share it with your mates. That's the best way to help us grow the channel, is to just right-click, get the link, and put it on your Facebook or put it on your Instagram and help us grow the channel, because we really would love to see that. Appreciate everybody coming along. Thank you very much. We're only doing 3 kicks a day to keep these sessions relatively short. So thank you very much. See that pool right there? That's where we're going right now. We're going to go and have a swim. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. See you next week. Mitch.
Thank you, Shihan.
Once again, thank you very much. Us.